Hello, and this is Talia again, and I got another special little book. This is called Tiny Rhinoceros and the Bigfootosaurus. What do you think about that, Scarlett? Does that sound interesting? It's another little foot book, like the other one we read. See, there he is with his mouth wide open. All right, let's see what he's about. Here we go. It was cold and snowy. But Tyrannosaurus Rex didn't mind. He was the roughest, toughest, and fiercest little dinosaur ever. He was wearing his warm hat and scarf, too. He had been sledding with his friends all morning, and now they were very worn out. I know, said Tiny. Let's build a snowman. So Tinysaurus and his friends built the biggest and meanest looking snowman you had ever seen, right on top of a tall hill. It looks just like a Bigfootosaurus, laughed Tiny. Tiny and his friends danced around the snowman singing, We're not afraid of the Bigfootosaurus. Meanwhile, on the other side of the hill, a real Bigfootosaurus was wondering just who was standing on the top of his hill. It looked like another Bigfoot, and he wasn't having that. My hill, he grunted and started to march onto the top of the hill. You think he wants that Bigfootosaurus up there? He don't want that Bigfoot thing up there, does he? Silly old Bigfootosaurus, cried Tiny's friends, busy pulling faces at their snowman. My hill, Bigfootosaurus grunted again, and with one swipe of his mighty paw, he squashed the snowman flat. And oh dear, Tiny and his friends were so busy laughing that they didn't notice their snowman had changed. Look, their snowman had changed. It's got ears, it looks like. A Bigfootosaurus couldn't scare me, said Dinosaurus. If I met a real Bigfootosaurus, I would throw snowballs at him like this. The Bigfootosaurus grumbled. Urgh. And if I met a real Bigfootosaurus, I would pull his tail like this, cried Baby Kong. The Bigfootosaurus growled. Urgh. If I met a real Bigfootosaurus, I would scare him to pieces with my terrific roar, bellowed Tiny. Urgh. The friends all laughed. Tiny's friends laughed. The Bigfootosaurus raised his hairy arms and flexed his sharp claws. Oh, yeah, he bellowed. Roar! And he raced after them, his big monster feet making the ground rumble and shake. Help! Run! Shrieked Tiny to his gang. Our snowman has come to life. Bigfootosaurus was right behind them. He lifted his big, hairy foot high above their heads. Roar! He roared. And brought his foot crashing down. Watch out, cried Tiny. But the big monster foot landed on Baby Kong's sled by mistake. He went skating past Tiny's friends at top speed. Help, he cried. I can't stop. Good, thought Tiny. That will teach him a lesson. The Bigfootosaurus was skating straight towards a deep and dangerous ravine. Help, he roared. He was really scared. Oh no, our poor snowman, cried Tinyosaurus as they watched him skate closer and closer to the edge of the ravine. What shall we do? Tiny and his friends chased after him, but he was going much too fast. Then Tiny had a brilliant idea. The Tinyosaurus roared his loudest roar. Roar! It was so loud it shook the snow right out of the big fir tree. It was so loud it shook the snow right off of the mountainside. Splat! The snow landed in a big heap on the ground, and plop! The Bigfootosaurus crashed into the big mound of snow and disappeared inside. Everything went very quiet. Are you all right, Snowman? Asked Tinyosaurus, creeping nervously up to the pile of snow. Bigfootosaurus stuck his head out of the top. Pop! Oh dear, that's not our snowman, cried Tiny. That's a real Bigfootosaurus. Everybody run! They're just noticing that it's real now. After all that time, they thought it was made up, huh? They're silly, aren't they? Look at them. Stop, bellowed the Bigfootosaurus, and everybody stopped. You saved me. Thank you. That was some mighty roar. Tinysaurus was so pleased and so proud, he roared again. Roar! A terrific roar, an earth-shaking roar. No, Tiny, cried his friends, but it was too late. Roar! Splat! Watch out! Look at the snow come down on the big snowman, on the Bigfootosaurus. And that was the end of it. After he roared that last roar. Splat and watch out. That's cute. And that was the Bigfootosaurus, Tiny Rhinoceros and the Bigfootosaurus. Did you like it? Did you like it, Scarlett? It was good. Hope y'all enjoyed this cute little book. Have a wonderful day, and there will be more soon. Take care.